Nehemiah Chapter 2, Nehemiah's prayer is answered. In the month of Nisan, and in the 20th year of King Artaxerxes, when wine was placed before him, I took the wine and gave it to the king. Now I had not previously been sad in his presence. He was the cupbearer. This was Nehemiah. So the king said to me, "Why do you look sad when you are not sick? This is nothing but sadness of heart." Then I was frightened, very frightened, and I said to the king, "Let the king live forever. Why should my face not be sad when the city, the place of my father's tombs, lies in desolate, and its gates have been consumed by fire?" The king said to me, "What do you request?" So I prayed to the God of heaven. So here he is. The king's like, "What do you want me to do?" So instead of going this, it said, "I prayed to the God of heaven." He stopped for a minute, prayed to the God of heaven. Do you ever have a request or something where you're talking to somebody and it's like something where it's confrontational, you have to say something? You got to stop for a minute and ask God for the words to say. There's nothing wrong with waiting for a minute, even awkward silence, to ask God what to say. And it says, I said to the king, "If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in your presence, I ask that you send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tomb, so that I may rebuild it." The king, beside whom the queen was sitting, asked me, "How long will your journey take, and when will you return?" So it pleased the king to send me, and I gave him a definite time for my return. Let's see what he does. Then I said to the king, "If it pleases the king, let letters be given to me for the governors of the provinces beyond the Euphrates River, so they will allow me to pass through until I reach Judah. And a letter to Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he will give me timber to construct beams for the gates of the fortress, which is by the temple, and for the city wall, and for the house which I will occupy." And the king granted me what I asked for. The good hand of my God was upon me. Do you know that when you seek God in matters that matters in your own life, God will be with you and give you favor, like crazy amount of favor for things. Yeah, like crazy. I remember praying for a lot of different things, and I'm like, wow, God, you've worked that out so amazingly, perfectly smooth, because it's God's plan. Then I came to the governors of the provinces beyond the Euphrates River and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent officers of the army and horsemen with me. When Sanballat the Hornite and Tobiah the Ammonite official heard this, it caused them great displeasure that someone had come to see about the welfare and prosperity of the Israelites. All right, the Sanballat and Tobiah are not going to be very good men. I know that from reading this before. Nehemiah inspects Jerusalem's walls. So I came to Jerusalem, and I was there for 3 days. Then I got up in the night, I and a few men with me. I did not tell anyone what my God was putting in my heart to do for Jerusalem, and there was no animal with me except the one on which I was riding, so as not to attract attention. So I went out at night by the valley gate toward the Dragon's Well and to the refuse gate, and inspected the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and its gates, which were consumed by fire. Then I passed over the fountain gate and the king's pool, but there was no place for the animal that I was riding to pass by. So I went up at night by the ravine and inspected the wall, and I turned back and entered by the valley gate and returned. The officials did not know where I had gone or what I had done, nor had I yet told the Jews, the priests, the nobles, the officials, or the rest who did the work. Then I said to them, "You see the bad situation that we are in, how Jerusalem is desolate and lies in ruin, and its gates have been burned with fire. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem so that we will no longer be a disgrace." Then I told them how the hand of my God had been favorable to me, and also about the words that the king had spoken to me. And they said, "Let us rise up and build." So they thoroughly supported the good work. So these walls, they're not just think of a single little wall. I think that we do that in Sunday school when we teach kids. You have that little single wall just breaks over. No, these were big giant things that were destroyed. Big giant things that were destroyed. He had to ride his horse. It wasn't even whatever he was riding. I'm assuming it was a horse, donkey. He couldn't even, there was no place for him to even go over because there was that much stuff. So he said, "All right, with my favor of God, God is going to help us." And they were all supportive for it. But when Sanballat, the Hornite, and Tobiah, the Ammonite official, and Geshem, the Arab, heard about it, they mocked us and regarded us with contempt and said, "What is this thing that you are doing? Are you rebelling against the king?" I answered them, "The God of heaven has appointed us for purpose and will give us success. Therefore, we, his servants, will rise and build, but you have no portion or right or memorial in Jerusalem." People will, anybody mock you for your faith in Jesus? Anybody mock you for what you believe in Jesus? That's okay. That's okay, because you know what? Your God is for you. If you are doing what you're supposed to do and stand up for God's truth, God will take you right through it. Take you right through it without even thinking, because no man can stand in the way of the good things God has done. So, all right, I'll see you tomorrow.